Last week's follow-up went well, and I am cleared for some more vigorous, strenuous movement, but I still need to be careful. I definitely still am not going to be able to lift weights for another month, and springs are not really in the cards right now. And I missed the reformer, and I really wish I could do some leg springs on the Cadillac, but those are the breaks. What I did today was I took the intro classical order that I learned in my teacher training and started to do some exercises from it. I did 4 actual classical exercises today, but the rest doing pre-Pilates exercises, many of which I learned from Christina Maria Gadar's book, Pre-Pilates and Beyond. And the point of this was to use the classical structure as a framework for thinking about similar shapes in space and movements that could keep me moving and getting stronger in a way that was feasible for me. It was really funny. I really thought everything through and wrote it down and then screwed up the order, but it's fine because everything is made up anyway. No fancy transitions, trying to come up by rolling to one side. You'll definitely see me forget to do that a lot because I am feeling pretty strong. And in fact, part of that was because I was able to have a laparoscopic hysterectomy. And when you are able to have laparoscopic surgery, there tends to be, again, not true for all people, but tends to be less pain, faster healing, because they just don't have to cut through as much muscle or connective tissue. This was my first spine stretch forward since I had surgery, and oh my goodness, it felt so good. I was so happy to be doing that. Not normally one of my favorite exercises, but when you can't do something for a while, it's amazing how much you learn to love it. And really, having to go slow and not being able to do transitions and having to do a lot of modifying, I'm hoping that it helps me maybe undo some movement habits I have that aren't supporting me. I try not to think about, bad alignment or bad habits, but I think we all have, or most of us have, some quirks in the way we move that can lead to pain. I know I have a tight QL because of some of my movement habits, and by having to break everything down and build back up and basically only practice a real beginner way for the time being, I'm hoping that'll help me make some positive changes overall. And I did have one friend who reached out and thanked me for actually talking about my hysterectomy in more detail. That was a thing I was reticent to do because I'm hesitant to talk about medical stuff on the internet, but it is true that this is a thing we do not talk about a lot and needs more attention. And so I guess I will be doing that. So if you have more questions about my experience, you can leave a comment, send me a direct message. I'll be happy to answer as best I can. And remember, this was my experience. It's not going to be your experience.